Hey everyone, this is Sherry writing, and I'm here to spill the tea on my mother-in-law, Rita. Buckle up because I'm keeping it real and not holding back on the details. No name changes or sugarcoating. Let us expose the real her. From day one, Rita never liked me. When my husband, Topher, introduced me to her, I felt the chill in the air. Rita, a successful woman in real estate, had earned quite a name for herself. I respect her professional achievements, but little did I know life with her would be a roller coaster. Rita decided to hang up her real estate hat at the ripe age of 50, but instead of enjoying her well-deserved retirement, she focused her attention on me. Why? Well, let us just say my background was not up to her standards. My parents owned a humble hardware store, and while we were not rolling in cash, we lived comfortably. Mom and Dad provided me with everything I needed, but for Rita, it was not good enough. Topher, on the other hand, had always been my knight in shining armor. We met at a concert, lost in the music, and fell head over heels for each other. Love at first sight? Call it what you want, but he was always a gentleman. After 2 blissful years of dating, he dropped a big question. But little did I know that marrying Topher also meant dealing with the storm called Rita. Rita lived separately from us. Unfortunately, we only had to deal with her during family gatherings. Topher, being well aware of his mom's behavior, never pushed me to mingle with her. He understood the kind of person Rita was. We were 2 years into our marriage when I received a phone call from my dad about my grandmother Amy passing away. "Hey, Dad, it's been a while. What's going on?" "Darling, I wish I had better news. It's about your grandma, Amy. She passed away." "Oh no, Dad, this can't be true. I saw her just last month and she seemed perfectly fine." "Sadly, it was a sudden heart attack. None of us saw it coming. Cherry, I'm going to miss her terribly." "It's hard to believe. She meant a lot to all of us. I have so many memories of her. I used to visit her when you and Mom were at the store." "She was a special woman. I miss her too. The funeral is scheduled for next week. I think you should be here with us." "Absolutely, Dad. I would not miss it for anything in the world. I will make arrangements to be there. It's going to be tough, but we'll get through it together." "That means a lot, Cherry. Your presence will be a comfort to all of us. It would have meant the world to her. I'll be waiting for you." After receiving the news about Grandma Amy, I was deeply shaken. The regret of not having one last chance to say goodbye loomed over me. I remembered the countless afternoons spent at her cozy home. She would bake the most delicious cookies and the aroma filled the air. Whenever I felt down or had a bad day, her wise words and comforting hugs made everything better. She would sit with me and share stories from her own youth. When Topher arrived home from work that day, I could not hold back the emotions. I shared the heartbreaking news about Grandma Amy. "Hey, babe, are you okay? Your face is so red. Have you been crying?" "Well, Dad called. Grandma Amy passed away. It was a heart attack." "Oh my God, honey, that is terrible. She seemed like a lovely lady. Remember the nickname she used to call me?" "Yeah, she called you Topher the Titan. She had a way with nicknames." "Oh, right. That was her way of making me blush. She has such a playful spirit. I'm so sorry, love. Losing someone you care about is never easy." "Definitely. Anyway, the funeral is next week on the 19th. "Oh, you said the 19th, honey?" "I'm so sorry I forgot to tell you. My mom called. She'd already booked the train tickets and wanted to visit. I know she can be a lot to deal with, especially in a tough time like this. I do not know what I should say to her." "Oh, Rita's coming over, and the train ticket has already been booked?" "Yeah. I'm sorry I forgot to tell you about it with all the work at the office." "Well, she can come to the funeral with us if she wants to, or she can stay here at our place while we attend it." "Are you sure you won't mind her coming?" "No, it's fine. The ticket's already booked, and I know she can be a lot sometimes, but I think I'll be able to get through it." "Yeah. I'll already tell her about how you're dealing with this loss right now, and I'll make sure she does not give you any crap during her stay here. Yeah, that would be good. Anyway, did you eat something? I can make us some dinner. Yeah, that would be great. Let's try to make the best of the situation, and I will handle Mom. You do not need any additional stress right now. Thank you, Topher. I appreciate you always looking out for me. So I made it through the week with Topher's support. Every day after coming home from the office, he would sit with me, patiently listening to my stories about Grandma Amy, trying to ease the pain. He would cook our favorite dinner, a small attempt to bring comfort through shared meals. But most importantly, he would hold me close, providing the strength I needed to face the grief. The day finally came when Rita arrived, and I felt a mix of anxiety and sorrow, unsure of how she would handle the situation. Topher had warned her about my fragile state, but Rita, being Rita, had her own way of doing things. She walked into our home with an air of authority, as if she owned the place. "Oh, Cherry, darling, you've lost so much weight. Your face looks so dull." "Yeah, Topher must have told you about my grandma." "Yeah, sorry for your loss, but to be honest, I would recommend you to get over it soon. You would not want people to see you like this." "Mom, that is rude. Let her grieve." All right. Cherry, take my bags to the room, and could you make me some tea?" "I've got it, Mom. And did you forget what I told you over the phone?" Yeah, give Cherry her space. Do not be harsh on her. Blah, blah, blah. I'll be staying for a week, by the way, so better get used to it. You're welcome to stay. So is the funeral tomorrow? No, it's on the day after tomorrow. If you would like to come with us, it's about an hour's drive. No, I'm good. You already know how I feel about your family, Cherry. I mean, no offense or anything, but I do not mingle with such people. I have my books to keep me company here. So the day after next, Topher and I attended Grandma Amy's funeral. It was an emotional and challenging day surrounded by family and cousins. After the whole process, we headed back home. As soon as we pulled up to our house, Topher received an urgent call from work. He asked me to go in and assured me he would be back soon. Entering the house alone, I found Rita on the couch, engrossed in her book, sipping coffee. I greeted her with a simple "hi," but she did not bother responding. Deciding to avoid any unnecessary interaction, I headed straight to my room. After changing out of my sober black dress into more comfortable home clothes, I heard a knock on the door. "Do you mind if I come in?" "No, not at all. I just freshened up a bit." "I heard you saying hi, but I was so engrossed in the book. How did the funeral go?" "Well, it was hard, but I hope she's in a better place now." "Tell me more about your grandmother." Absolutely. Grandma Amy was a remarkable woman. She met my grandpa when she was 17. She dedicated herself to being a loving housewife, finding joy in the simplicity of everyday moments. She was not defined by societal standards of success. Her life was a testament to the power of love and kindness. Grandma Amy had this way of making everything feel warm and comforting. She will live forever in my heart. So, she seems like a decent lady. Did she leave you anything? Well, she gifted me her most precious possession earlier this year on my birthday. Honestly, I'm not too concerned about inheritances, Rita. What possession are you talking about? It's a jewelry box, an expensive one that my grandpa got for her. Can I see it? Of course. I opened my closet and carefully took out the jewelry box from the safe. Wow, these look like diamonds. Are they real? Yeah, they are. The box is diamond studded. This must have cost a fortune. Why hold it so close to your heart? You can put it on the market and get yourself nice things. It's not about the money. It's the one thing my grandma decided to give me and not anyone else. I respect that. You must have held a special place in her heart. I appreciate that, Rita. I especially needed this chat today. Well, enough with this sentimental stuff. I will go back to reading my book. I did not read too much into the interaction with Rita. I mean, sure, it was unexpected, Rita being all nice and everything, but I thought maybe, just maybe, she did it out of pity, seeing that I had a hard time at the funeral. Anyway, there were 5 more days of Rita at our place, and the storm was starting to brew. The next day was pretty normal. Topher went to work, and I was at home coexisting with Rita. After we had lunch, Rita decided to head to the garage to look for gardening tools. She wanted to change up a few things about the garden, so I didn't stop her. A few minutes later, she came into the living room where I was watching TV. "Oh, Cherry, you will not believe how long it took me to find those gardening tools in the garage. It is a real mess, and those spider webs. My goodness, I found them in some other corners of the house too, and this carpet. It's so untidy too." "Yeah, I know the house has not been in great shape, Rita. It's just challenging to manage everything on my own. I thought about hiring a cleaner, but I never found the right one." "Funny thing, the other day when you were at the funeral, there was this guy offering cleaning services, going door to door. He gave me his number. How about I give it to you later tonight and you can give him a call?" "That is actually a good idea, Rita. Thanks for being unexpectedly helpful. Your visit might be more productive than I thought." "No problem, dear. Despite my tough exterior, I do wish you well." Later that night, while we were having dinner, Rita shared the contact information of the guy named Aaron. "Cherry, here is that number I mentioned earlier." "Oh, thanks, Rita. I'll give him a call and see if he can help with the cleaning." "Honey, you should have told me earlier if you needed help around the house." "I didn't want to bother you with little things." "Babe, there is nothing little about it. We are a team and we should share the load." "Well, thanks, babe, but I have got it handled now, thanks to your mom." I talked to the guy, Aaron, and booked an appointment with him for 11 o'clock the next day. He appeared at the door the next day and seemed decent. He took a quick look around the house. He assured me that it would take him the whole day to clean everything thoroughly. I was fine with it, and Aaron began his work. As Aaron delved into cleaning, I headed to the kitchen to start prepping for lunch. That is when Rita walked in. "The cleaning guy is here today. I thought it would be at a later time." "Yeah, I wanted to book him for the weekend, but he was already so busy." "But I got us these 2 tickets for a movie at 2. I think this is going to take a while, huh?" "What, a movie? That is so unexpected. We have never gone one-on-one somewhere, just the 2 of us." "Well, there's always a first time for everything." "But I just can't leave Aaron here on his own, can I?" "Oh, come on, you can. He seems like a trustworthy guy. You were just reading too much into it. He's a professional. He's not going to do something. Take a chill pill and let us go relax." "I'm not sure about this." "Come on, you've been hanging around this house with a gloomy face since I've been here." Okay, let's go to the movies then." I let Aaron know that we were going somewhere and that it was not like we had expensive stuff lying around in the house. Everything valuable was secured in a password-protected safe, and I did not want to doubt the guy. So off we went to the movies. Surprisingly, the time with Rita turned out unexpectedly good. We enjoyed the movie, had an evening snack afterward, and got home around 8. Topher was already there, and I had texted him about Aaron. By the time he arrived from work, he should have run into Aaron and taken care of the payment. The evening went smoother than I had anticipated, and I felt a sense of relief, hoping that maybe Rita's presence was not as bad as I initially thought. The house looked surprisingly clean when we returned. Aaron did an excellent job. "So, honey, how's the movie?" It was a comedy, so Rita and I shared a few laughs. It was good. We had some pizza rolls later on. "To be honest, I cannot believe this is my mom. She's been kind to you since your grandmother's death, don't you think?" "Yeah, she has. The guy, Aaron, did a good job, though." "Yeah, when I got home, he was almost done. I paid him and off he went." "Yeah, I know. I should not have just left him here all on his own, though." "The guy seems harmless." "Anyways, it's late. Rita's already fast asleep in her room. I should change and then we can go to bed." I opened my closet and something seemed off to me. I don't know, call it a sixth sense or whatever, but something told me to check our safe just before going to sleep. The cash was still there, along with some less valuable jewelry. However, the jewelry box, the precious one, was nowhere to be found. Panic set in, and I immediately called out for Topher. Topher, you won't believe what happened. The jewelry box from Grandma Amy is missing from the safe. What? Are you sure? Did you misplace it? No, I'm positive. I checked the safe and it's gone. I don't know what to do. Okay, let's not panic. Maybe we misplaced it somewhere else. We'll search the house first. When did you last see it? The cleaning guy, Aaron, it's him. I remember putting on some jewelry from this safe before going to the movies. It was here then. I mean, he seemed trustworthy. I don't want to jump to conclusions, but strangely, it's missing after he was here. What if he took it? We will start by searching the closet thoroughly. Maybe it's in a different spot. We searched the entire closet and the room, but found no trace of the missing jewelry box. It is possible Aaron took it. I'm so sorry, honey. You were right. I'll go down to the station tomorrow and let them know what happened. Maybe they can track down Aaron and ask him about it. I could not believe it. The one and only thing that I had left of my grandma was now gone. The weight of the loss hit me like a ton of bricks, and I felt a mix of frustration, sadness, and anger. How could I have been so careless, leaving the jewelry box like that? The next day, I decided to tell Rita about the situation after Topher left for work. Despite our differences, I felt it was essential to keep her in the loop, considering she was in the house when it happened. Rita, can I talk to you for a moment? Of course, Cherry. What's on your mind? It's about the jewelry box I showed you the other day. It's missing. Missing? How did that happen? I'm not entirely sure, but it seems to have disappeared when we had that cleaning guy Aaron over. I don't know how he could have stolen it. The safe has a password and everything. It just went missing while we went out to the movies, and I do not want to blame someone without any evidence. But, oh dear, I'm genuinely sorry to hear that, Cherry. I know how much it meant to you. Have you reported to the police yet? I will just leave for the station after having some breakfast. You certainly should. There might be a chance they'll catch him. If there is anything I can do to help, please let me know. So after having breakfast, I headed to the station. I was driving along, all set for the day ahead. It was not until I had almost reached the station that I realized I had forgotten my purse at home, the one with my wallet. I knew I might need some money for parking and a few other things, so I decided to turn back and retrieve it. As I approached my home from a distance, something caught my eye. There was Rita standing outside with a man who looked oddly familiar. It took me a moment to recognize him. It was Aaron, the cleaning guy. Rita was handing him an envelope, and I couldn't fathom what I was witnessing. I pulled over behind a big tree, trying to stay hidden as I observed the scene unfold. I felt a mix of shock, confusion, and disbelief. Why was Rita handing money to Aaron? What connection did they have? As I waited for Aaron to leave, I pulled out my phone and started recording them. I could not shake the feeling of being utterly foolish. Falling for Rita's act of kindness and assistance with the cleaning service now seemed like a big setup. Once Aaron left, I left a text to Topher asking him to come home as soon as possible. I cautiously approached my home as I called the police, making sure Aaron was out of sight as he could be dangerous. The whole situation had my mind racing. Who could I trust? Cherry, what are you doing home so early? How about you start answering my questions, Rita? What were you doing with Aaron? What do you mean? I just came out for some air. To the driveway, Rita? You better start talking. I have you on video on my phone talking to Aaron. I want to hear the truth before I report anything to the police. I don't know what you're talking about. Do you want to see the video of you handing Aaron the envelope? Let's not waste time, Rita. I know what I saw. Okay, it was me. I paid Aaron to steal your box. The other day after the funeral, I saw your safe passcode. Aaron is not a cleaner. He's just a guy I know who's desperate for money. And when you told me you had been looking for a cleaner, I just came up with a string of lies to get what I wanted. I had to put on a whole show, but please don't report me to the police. I don't know what came over me. I should not have done this. Are you serious, Rita? You pretended to be helpful all along? You were scheming behind my back? Cherry, it was just lying there in your closet. It could have fetched you a good sum of money, but you are naive for holding on to it. I genuinely wanted to do the right thing, sell it and give you the money. Oh, do you think I'm that gullible? I know you were eyeing the money for yourself. You orchestrated this entire act just to fulfill your greed. Spare me the act of pretending you were doing me a favor. Topher's car pulled up and he got out of the car. I got your text, babe. Is everything okay? Rita, tell your son what you did. Rita narrated the whole incident to Topher with a sprinkle of tears and apologies. Topher looked shocked and gave her a look of disappointment. I can't believe you'd stoop this low, Mom, hiring someone to pose as a cleaner. It's too much. Despite your dislike for Cherry, stealing from my wife and our home when we welcomed you, that's unacceptable. You're my son. Please find it in your heart to forgive me. I'll retrieve the box. It's not just about the box, Mom. You are not destitute, and this isn't about desperation. It's about your desire for more. I'm sorry, but I can't let this pass. You troublesome woman, Cherry. Why did you have to come home early? You have ruined everything for me. I hope you rot in hell with your grandma. The cop car arrived at our house. And there are the cops, Rita. Good luck to you. When the cops arrived, I showed them the video evidence, and Rita, realizing the jig was up, confessed to her crimes. They escorted her to the police station, and we decided to cut all contact with her. The legal drama unfolded as she hired a lawyer, but in the end, she was sentenced to 1 year in prison. It has been a whole month since that unfortunate incident, and honestly, we're doing better without her. Topher has proven himself to be a real gem by standing with me and choosing the path of right over wrong. In a world where many men wouldn't make such a distinction, especially when their mom is in the picture, I feel fortunate to have a partner who values integrity and honesty. Sweet like justice. Karma is real, folks.